Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to connect a Skype camera directly over Ethernet, and this is going to allow us to use a single Ethernet cable to not only power our PTZOptics camera using the NewTek NDI firmware, but connect to them via Skype or GoToMeeting or WebEx over really anywhere on your network via all over Ethernet. So forget about long USB 3.0 cables and extending USB. We can do this all over Ethernet now. So first of all, we're going to be able to access our cameras from anywhere on your network. So if your network is multicast enabled, that means you can have it on one laptop, on another laptop. Any computer on your network can have access to all of the different cameras on your network, assuming that they're NDI enabled. Next, we can quickly switch between those cameras inside Skype or other meeting room software. So I'm going to show you a driver that is basically a virtual USB camera you can pull into Skype, GoToMeeting, or WebEx, and then you just have a little utility driver that allows you to access all of the NDI cameras available on your network so that you can switch which one you're viewing through Skype. Makes it actually really easy to manage right in your taskbar. Now, the other thing that I just showed, and I'll show this one more time, this is really amazing, is just a single Ethernet cable for a camera. So this is power over Ethernet. So as soon as I plug this into a PoE switch, the camera turns on. It's a single Ethernet cable, and it provides video, audio, camera control, PTZ camera control, and video, low latency video in our Skype web conference call. Next, we're only going to be using roughly 10 megabits of bandwidth is the maximum that we are going to be using for high quality 1080p at 60 frames per second. For web conferencing, you may only need 720p or 1080p at 30 frames a second, which are even lower bandwidth consumption. And because it's multicast enabled, multiple people can be viewing various different pieces of video content at the same time. Finally, if your network is multicast enabled, this will work, but it's not a requirement, so you can use this without multicast. Only one source can be using it at the same time if you're doing that. So next, we want to show you the actual footage of Skype for Business being used with this. So as you can see here in Skype for Business, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my tools, which is the video device setting, and you can see here I've selected NewTek NDI Video, which is essentially an NDI HX driver, which you can see is nested in my toolbar here, and allows me to actually go access groups of NDI cameras. We'll show in a moment here the NDI HX firmware, which allows us to actually access all of that and change which cameras we're controlling. So let me show you the NDI HX firmware and how to get that once you have an NDI HX camera like the PTZOptics. So here we are at newtek.com/NDI-HX/products. This is where we can download the latest version of the firmware. You just simply type in your name, first name, last name, email, and the product that you're using, the PTZOptics cameras, and then you can click download now and you will get access to the firmware. The firmware includes the virtual camera driver, which is what we were using. Here I am installing the firmware here. Just accept the agreement. We have the virtual camera, which is what I'm talking about today, studio monitor, which allows you to control PTZ of the cameras, and access manager, which allows you to group multiple NDI sources together and decide who gets access to which cameras if you don't want everyone having access to all the NDI cameras on your network. Now, finally, I'd also like to show this with Zoom web conferencing, because this does work with GoToMeeting, with WebEx, with Skype, and I have a quick demonstrations of this working with Zoom as well, just to show you how ubiquitous this really is. So again, the NewTek NDI firmware just shows up as a webcam, although it's really a virtual camera. So you can see, again, nested in my toolbar there, the ability to right-click and change the NewTek NDI camera that's available on my network at a click of a button. So it's handled technically outside of Skype for Business, Zoom, GoToMeeting, or WebEx. You simply just click the camera that you want to attach to. This is so nice for companies who want to be able to not only easily deploy conference cameras over Ethernet, now no longer needing to run expensive and really troublesome USB 3.0 extension cabling for high quality 1080p cameras, but also be able to have access to so many different cameras. So if you're a large company and you want to be able to show a camera in your operations room or in your factory or in your design area inside of a meeting, you can now do that very easily. Of course, you can very easily connect your camera. And again, it's extremely low latency. So this works perfect for real-time communication in any web conferencing, video conferencing space. It also ties into all kinds of live streaming and broadcast products that you can learn more about on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're going to be talking a whole lot more about this exciting technology. Like us on Facebook, and we actually have a Facebook user group called facebook.com/groups/PTZOptics where you can ask questions, learn more about this technology, and see other companies just like you using this technology in various applications. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you next time.